I thought it was great, and I thought, and that was what made me think, Bill would go out in the audience and punch a guy out if.
No, I've never crossed that line.
Never.
In my adult life,
you never got close.
No, I've never had a fight.
You never had to leave from the back door of a club.
No, I've definitely had to do that, but I'm saying I have. I've worked a lot on my anger issues, but two reasons why I never once I got past a certain age, I'd kind of knocked off the fighting. One was I was smaller than other people. I didn't hit my growth spurt until later, and then I saw enough fights where I was just like, you're either the guy on top or the guy on the bottom, and you're rolling the dice. And the bottom line is, dude, I don't really want to hurt anybody. I saw guys I know guys to this day, they did shit that they still regret. I know a guy who fucking hit somebody in the face with a bottle, and the guy got a scar from here to here, and it was just I don't want to be the guy with the scar, and I don't want to I didn't want to tap in to how angry I was. I didn't want to tap in to go down that road of either getting the living shit kicked out of me the very first fight or 5 down the road. You knew it was coming because I hung out with a lot of maniacs, and eventually the toughest guy just took that life-altering ass kicking. I was just I don't want to, I don't want to, I have, it's weird. I have control of my rage in a lot of ways, and I didn't want to see how deep it went, and I didn't want to see how deep somebody else's went. And it was the smartest fucking move I ever made. I avoided a lot of court things. I still have all my own teeth. I remember one time when I was living in New York, and they picked up this guy, arrested this guy who had just bludgeoned 2 old people to death to steal their fucking money in Massachusetts. And you know what he was doing? He was handing out the flyers for those double-decker buses in New York. And that was just one of those things you're like, hey, fucking flyer guy, go fuck yourself. You have no idea who this guy is. And he just bludgeoned 2 old people to death. And it's, that was very intimidating to me. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't feel like I could win a fight, but I don't want to run into the double-decker bus guy. I always had that in my head, and I knew that, I started comedy early enough, and I always had something to lose, and my parents were smart enough to instill that in me, so I didn't. So, what it would take for me, I'm not even going to put that out there, what it would take, because then somebody's going to fucking try it. I don't want to have that,
Right.
I was in the court system briefly when I was younger for some punk shit or whatever, and just having my toe dipped in it, what the fucking nightmare that it is to be sitting there as the potential defendant is just something you just don't want in your life. So,
yeah, I spent a weekend in jail when I was 19 in Little Rock, Arkansas, for an open container of beer, and since then I would never do
You obviously had nobody to call that you spent that long in jail for fucking open container. That should have been your buddy comes down or your dad at fucking 3 hours later.
But just that experience made me I would never do a serious crime, fuck jail and all that.
No, I never would, but I have an anger in me that feels like I could make a shank and stick it in somebody's neck. I feel like I'm angry enough to do that. But my thing is, dude, I'm just too slow. I always had good hand-eye coordination. I could catch and shit, but I'm just I took some self-defense classes. You could literally tell me what punch you're going to throw at me, and you're still going to hit me because I don't know if it's because my head's too fucking big. I just can't get it out of the way in time. So I always had to do the bull rush and try to take it to the ground. But, I'm no Joe Rogan. Trust me, man. That guy's the real deal. That